tailgate.
Woohoo.
If you remember 4192,
I do.
Cincy Shirts has a shirt for you. Cincy Shirts, all Cincy all day. Cincy Shirts. Cincy Shirts. Cincy Shirts. We can print custom shirts for you.
Wow.
For your school, your company, your mother too.
Your mom's hot.
We have 2 stores you can come visit. Give us your idea and we can print it.
Yep.
Or you can download our mobile app. Swipe left, swipe right, we don't give a crap. Who cares? Order something fun or order something cheesy, and then you'll say, holy shirt, that was easy. Cincy Shirts, all Cincy all day. Cincy Shirts.
Good morning. Welcome to Thank God It's Friday at Cincy Shirts. Kind of unusual this morning. Darren's out. We had a little bit of an emergency to start off Friday, so that's always fun. But joining us in replacement is Nick. He's kind of, I don't know, our utility guy. I feel like he's just always doing something different, and we know whenever anything springs up. So I'll let him introduce himself. If you're unfamiliar, let me unmute you first here, sir. There you go. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? Live from the warehouse sale here on a beautiful Friday.
Yeah, so as he mentioned, he is live from the warehouse sale. Let me navigate. If y'all have not seen that, we've obviously been doing the warehouse sale thing for, almost 4 weeks. Is this the 4th week in a row, Nick, or 3rd?
This is the 3rd week, so we've extended it out, and I think this one's going to be, we're going to call it after this one. So it's $5, anything you can put on your torso, and then we got some $3 accessories as well. So and all other kinds of knickknacks, if you will. So yeah,
and so just to get in front of it, we have been kind of, if you want to say, ravaged, for lack of a better term, the last couple of days. However, we will be replenishing stock here sometime today when we feel like it needs to be replenished. But there's still plenty of stuff down there. So
let me give a little tour here real quick, and we'll give them the lay of the land here. So
while he's walking around too, be sure to comment if you see anything or just want to say hi. We do a drawing at the end of this for a $30 gift card. Every commenter is automatically entered.
These are the small and medium section. Looks like we have some knickknacks here left. We have a couple of posters left. We've got our large and extra large tables. 2X, 3X, 4X. And then we have youth there in the corner. Some more knickknacks here. So that's how we're looking this morning. Looks like Kyle said we're going to do some replenishments. But yeah, we're plowing through them, man.
That's cool. So not too crazy of a crowd yet this morning. It looks like it just got going a half hour ago. So, but Nick, what we usually do here, we kind of just go through what's been going on throughout the week, and obviously, probably the number one thing on most people's mind right now is the official retirement of Joey Votto. So we just went ahead and decided to do 19% off on everything Joey Votto through Sunday night at 11:59. So be sure there's still some classics in there that I don't think, actually, I think some have been deactivated, need to be re-added. If you have any requests, send us a message. But yesterday I kind of went through and just let's just look at everything we've done, because it's a crazy amount, of Joey Votto shirts we put out. It would probably be a little bit more responsible to put out 1 or 2 a year, screen print those, do a mass quantity. But sometimes we're a little reckless and we decide to make 40 shirts a year for them. Not quite that, but we do have these new ones. Obviously, going from left to right, the quote right before he officially announced, "Cincinnati, I've only played for you. I love you." So a cool little, a little goodbye there to Cincinnati, kind of a classy move. So I wouldn't expect less of Joey. And then we have the statistics rundown next to that. That's just got all his career stats and whatnot, and basically accolades and his resume, if you will, for the Hall of Fame. Next to that is obviously what we should be seeing very, very soon, and that's a retired number at Great American Ballpark, number 19.
Right next to 11.
Right next to 11 and all of them, yep. And then a spin on the classic Votto Still Bangs, now he forever bangs. So be sure to jump on cincyshirts.com, use the code FOREVERBANG. You'll get 19% off on anything Joey Votto through Sunday night. And I have a couple more in here. These are, I don't think I was here yet when we did this. This is probably from 2012, maybe. I have not found Votto yet. Take a screenshot. You're kind of screwed if he's in the left or bottom left, right, or bottom top right or bottom right. But here's where I went through and put everything together. So it was just kind of crazy. I won't bore you guys with it, but just that's all the shirts we've done over his 17-year career. I think we started in 2010, so we did 14 years of that 17-year career. That was the first one I ever did when he kind of got into an argument with the umpire and chest bumped him, and that was, Rob Dyrdek was still relevant and whatnot, so that People Let Me Tell You About My Best Friend song from Harry Nilsson was stuck in my head. So let's see here. You actually got to meet Joey a couple times, didn't you, Nick?
Oh yeah, great dude. Yeah, it's crazy how humble and just a dude he is. He came to the shop a couple times, and yeah, couldn't have been nicer, couldn't have been friendlier. And another little tidbit is actually maybe more impressive than the 19 next to the 11 is that last night I happened to be at the Smashing Pumpkins / Green Day concert, and one Mr. Chicagoan, Billy Corgan, dedicated Cherub Rock to Mr. Votto. So I think that's the ultimate sign of respect.
There you go. From a Chicago, right? I like that he dedicated one of their better songs. I'll
exactly,
say that. Yeah. This is actually, I'm assuming Darren did this. This is one, I think this might actually be either this or the Prime Minister was the first Joey Votto shirt. And I actually might have to go have this reprinted myself. That's still my favorite. If anybody remembers, Joey Votto did an interview. I don't know what it was on. Might have been Hot Stove or something. Dressed up as a Canadian Mountie. Did the whole interview and had his I'm just going to say his real pet friend Nibbles over there. So
in my imagination, he got to take him home, and that's just his horse now.
I think Nibbles is the actual bus driver. Joey just takes the credit.
Exactly. Yeah, right.
Let's see. We got some comments. Let me make sure. Nick live on location, getting crazy at the warehouse. Seems kind of tame right now. I'll let him answer that though.
It is tame at the moment. I cannot verify that it will remain that way. As a matter of fact, it's my experience that it absolutely will not. But right now, it is somewhat calm. But yeah, I would make it down here pretty quick if you want your pick.
Somebody's asking if the Votto deal online only or in store as well. It's in store as well. You can have stuff come printed on demand. If you're unfamiliar with us, we have printers in all of our stores. You come in, we don't have it, we print it, you walk out in 10 minutes ideally. If we're a little busier, it might be 20 or something like that, and you can come back. But a cool opportunity. But yeah, I don't think any of our stores are going to have too much stock printed of it, except for some of the new stuff. So if you want something old, you're definitely better off online. I'd say that, or come in and have it printed. I'll meet Nick.
I've got a piece out. We got some line here at the register. I'm going to help these folks. But thanks, guys. Y'all come see me at some point today, and take care of you.
You're good. See you later, man. Godspeed. All right. Well, I'll keep boring you guys with Joey Votto, or I'll get on to it. A new one here from Ellie, Mr. Steal Your Base. I think we might have touched on this last week, but we have a nice printed mock here. So, yeah, we got a lot of comments this morning. Of course, I'm 11, and that's the day we're starting getting comments here. So, we already discussed the warehouse sale. Next, last Friday, the Bengals finally released. I think we all saw it coming, the complete orange out. So we wanted to put a little bit more effort into the orange offerings, if you will. This was one, just a silly one. It would be great for a kid's shirt, or just, a dad or, mom, whoever, somebody that just doesn't take things too seriously and not afraid to talk about a dumb shirt. I created it, so I'm allowed to call it dumb. All orange everything. That one pretty much speaks for itself. And this is something we haven't done yet, but we're going to test a few kind of, special items as we do occasionally. This, obviously, the Joe Burr Makes Me Grr shirt we've had for a month or so now. So, but we're going to do it as a front and back as well, with the left chest heart, the tiger striped heart. So that's pretty cool. Just some more of that. And then finally, the much needed Kool-Aid design. I'm sorry, that's not Kool-Aid. It's powdered sugar drink, Cincinnati version. Whatever will keep me from getting sued here. Terry Brett, need to get the orange one. Need to get to the orange one. Well, there's plenty of opportunities, whichever one you want to get, Debbie. Enrique's coming to the shop on Sunday. Cool. Can't wait to see you, sir. We do have some commenters on Instagram, too. Double check, make sure I'm not missing any questions. Sorry, thanks for sticking with me. A little difficult to do on your own. Missy, our other designer, put this one together, kind of just a fall Bengals, look, if you will. And yes, the hat and the fanny pack are offerings now on our website. We've talked about this a couple weeks in a row now. We've started to offer some additional content, or not content, but products outside of just shirts, really testing in things. So we've got tons of leggings on there now, and we're adding all the time. We got tons of things going on, so we're adding as we can. But leggings, bucket hats, we've got windbreakers on there that are really cool. However, I will say they do take a little bit longer to get. I think it was basically given 25 days. So know that. They're super cool. They're well worth the wait, but just know that it's going to be a minute to get those. We're trying to put up items only that you'll get within 2 weeks or less. So know that any of the non-shirt items, it's going to take a little bit longer, but it's not like we're Jane.com where you're going to get it 3.5 months later, maybe. So let's see what else we got. If today works out, we are getting to the warehouse first week of school insanity. Yeah, Debbie. We didn't even plan on doing it this week, but we had a lot of comments on people saying, hey, obviously we work 9 to 5. We're a normal, got a normal structured life, if you will, if that exists anymore. And we need the weekend. I totally understand that. So we wanted to offer this. And at the $5 price, it helps us move some stock out so we can finally move out of one of our stock rooms, possibly, and just try to keep things, a little bit more refined and organized. Let's see here. Oh, Terry Brett, the bucket hat. Yeah, Debbie, get on there. We got tons of bucket hats. Not just Bengals. These are some other things that we're going to be testing here soon. The one on the far right going to be a little slightly different, but just some nice classic script on some upgraded garments. Most of these are comfort colors. We started to offer in the last 6 months probably the option to upgrade comfort colors in store. We've seen a lot of people doing that. So a lot of the, I won't say nicer. Our normal stuff is nice, but if you like kind of a little bit more not boxy, but vintagey feel, if you will, that has that more structured feel, Comfort Colors does a great job of that. They also have some soft options, but that's typically what we go to. Oh, it looks like Sir Joshua is here to rescue me. Thank you. Hey, Josh, how are you doing this morning?
Good morning.
Good morning. Well, we were just discussing some of these things. I just had Carol at our Loveland store order these as well, these blanks. So we're going to test out some nice garments here. And obviously the leggings are available online as well. So kind of want to see, which one are you feeling, left or right? They kind of got a different appeal to it. But I think will be a popular item.
I don't know if you've ever seen my build, Kyle, but the sweatpants, jogger, tight leggings is not a great look for me personally. If I was forced to pick one of these, I feel like the orange pants are exactly what you want to see from a diehard fan at a Bengals game, right? They got the old school Zubaz kind of vibe to it. I would actually take the shirt on the left with the pants on the right. That would be my choice.
Okay.
Just the Joe Burr makes me grr. I'm not gonna lie. I would feel a little uncomfortable wearing that sweatshirt, but you can't go wrong with either choice.
No. So right now these are going to be offered exclusively at Loveland. I think we're still waiting on some stock to arrive, so maybe give it a couple days, and we'll announce it formally online. So keep an eye out for those. But I just wanted to include these. But if you don't notice those, because you're probably looking smaller on the screen, the area where the stripes are, those are actually our pockets. I mean, that's a big deal for you ladies. So
the ladies love the pockets. As a married man, it's one thing I've learned is that the ladies love the pockets.
They love the pockets. They do. I get it. You got to have a place to hold your phone. Maybe go take a nice walk around the jungle. I get you.
I feel like maybe we should think about getting an orange sweatshirt into the mix to celebrate the new kit. I know it's not a kit. I know it's not a soccer game, but you get what I'm saying. The new announced uniform, orange on orange. I mean, I think it's going to be all the rage from game one.
I totally agree. We need to find what upgraded orange sweatshirt we want to use. That was the thing. I was looking at Comfort Colors. Their orange is nice, but it's kind of like that washed vintage. I think they actually even call it like melon or something like that. And it's not really the Bengals vibe on always. You have to have the right design. I'll say that.
I mean, and that's the thing is people got to understand, if you feel this way, I'm looking at the comments right now. Yes, switch the combo. Like, the world is your oyster, Cincinnati fans. Whatever you'd like to see, we are very receptive to what the people want. And Kyle and Missy, I can't speak their praises enough. They will execute whatever ideas come through to the best of anyone's ability.
Appreciate that. All right, I have not put one single name in the wheel of names. I'm behind it. We're fine. We're going down in flames. Well, if there's anybody who should be talking about anything NKU, I'll leave it to you while I catch up.
I love that we are putting out this NKU merch because as an alumni, I can tell you that when I was there, we were still Division II. We had a tiny little gym. The bookstore had like 3 shirts that only had the Norse logo on it. And fast forward to today, I don't want to say how many years later it is, but it's a bunch. D1, an amazing arena, a program on the rise in all sports, and we're a licensed vendor. I mean, it's such a cool thing for me personally. And there's just not enough NKU merch out there, period. And you're going to get designs from us that you definitely can't get anywhere else because we love the Norse. Yeah,
so all these right now get 30% off NKU online. I'm being a little unprofessional here. I don't know what the deal is. Let me turn my overlay off because there's probably an expiration date that I'm not realizing. Maybe not. Anyways, just show up now. Just show up.
The mascot there in the middle, you guys may know him as Victor E. Viking.
Victor.
When I was at NKU, we had the first ever mascot created, and it was a dragon. And we named him Hey You. And that was our mascot. It was a
What-
dragon named Hey You.
Was that just because of the Pixies, or was there some sort of reason? Because that would probably song probably coincided around the same time, right?
I don't know. I don't know if there's a Pixies reference in there. I think it was mostly because it was such an obnoxious costume with like a really long head that all the students were going, "Hey, you, get out of the way." I can't see the basketball game because we're not in a giant arena where every seat's a good seat.
Let's see. Yeah, so I actually felt a little bit embarrassed this week. I haven't looked back at that old vintage logo in quite some time. For my whole childhood, I thought NKU Norse. I thought it was like a reference to Nessie because as a kid, I didn't realize that was a Viking boat. So I thought they just did like in 2012, whenever they switched to this updated logo, I just thought they did an about face and said we're going to be the Vikings, and just still call ourselves the Norse. It wasn't until Wednesday. Yeah, not big on Norse mythology and all that. So
The TGIF at Cincy Shirts, not only do we let people know about all our amazing deals, we also like to educate. And you never know what you're going to learn on this show.
Yeah, and if you didn't know that, I'd appreciate some support in the comments so I don't feel alone. We'll move on. Another one last week that came up, kind of a similar school, doesn't get a lot of love, but makes a huge impact in people's lives that go there, BGSU. So I actually did this last year, and for whatever reason, it wasn't online. I put it up the other day. So that's available now if you're a Falcon fan, ready to go see some football, or up there.
And that's the other thing. I mean, right here's a perfect example of it. I think a lot of times people sort of pigeonhole us into only Cincy stuff, and I don't know why. It's not like our name, but we do represent a lot of the local colleges and universities because we know how many of their alumni live around here. So if you went to OU, if you went to Dayton, if you went to Bowling Green, I think we still have Kent State on there, right? No more Kent State. All right, not Kent State. You guys can just go to Cleveland Shirts. But Xavier, NKU, we've got a lot of designs for what I think are underserved schools, especially if you're a local here looking for gear from your alma mater. Think to look at Cincy Shirts first. And if there's a school that isn't represented that you would like to see us offer, let us know. And if there's enough of a demand of people here locally that would like to see us acquire that license, we're more than happy to look into stuff. We've carried Butler in the past.
Yeah. What was the random one we had with the nun in March Madness? Who was that?
Oh, it was an Illinois school with
tell us in the comments
or whatever her name was.
Sister Mark, I don't remember. Tell us in the comments. I'll give you an extra ticket for the drawing. What school am I trying to think of? Lehigh? It's not Lehigh.
It's not. I know. I can't remember, but yes.
Made famous by a nun during March Madness. That should be enough to tell you. Let's see here.
I'm looking it up. Sister Jean.
Sister Jean. There she is. Loyola.
Loyola. It was Loyola. Yeah. Thank you, Morgan.
I was close.
Morgan gets an extra entry.
Yeah, Loyola, we had Butler, but obviously those are a little bit further away. I mean, Indy is an hour and a half. I don't even know where Lehigh or Loyola is.
McAllister bought all of our Butler stock.
Yeah. But Morgan did pitch in. I'll still give you an extra ticket when I get over to these comments. Not to get too off topic, Debbie did ask if we do custom shirts. Another thing that's been huge for us this year. Yes, reach out to us. We'll forward you on. We have kind of a cool deal with custom shirts. Kind of a unique thing where you can work with us. We create your custom design. We print it. It's also offered on our website if you'd like it to be. To where people you work with or whatever your group is can come into our store, have that shirt printed anytime. You're not worried about somebody playing middleman, collecting cash, collecting Venmo, anything. That stuff is supposed to be easier in 2024, but it's still a pain in the butt to track people down. So now that you can just make them responsible for themselves. Or you can do it the old way.
Yeah, and if you have a big company or an organization looking to fundraise, I mean, it's not even just one-offs in the store. Like we can do massive orders, and it's not even just apparel. If you need accessories or anything promo-wise, we can handle all that stuff. We got a great team. Billy and Crystal and Rob do an awesome job. So, school, company, sports team that needs spirit wear, anything that you need printed, reach out to us. We handle all of that.
Yeah. So back to collegiate. Sorry for the little tangent there, but I wanted to make sure we addressed it. It's something a lot of people don't realize we do, but we certainly do. Another one, Ohio U. I don't think we touched on them, the Bobcats. Another one that I did last year, but just for whatever reason wasn't up. So that's available now. In addition to that, we do have some new concepts that we are playing around with this week that I think are pretty exciting. If you are a fan of Ohio U, we'll start there, I believe. Or I think it shows all three. Or Xavier. Sorry. Some of these cool old painting looking things. So front and back. We're going to have all the schools. I've got 3 done right now. Just simple left chest on the front with kind of a cool, 90s look on the back there.
These are so cool, man. I've seen the other ones you've done. People are going to love these. They look so sharp, especially on the comfort colors.
Yeah. My favorite is the OU. It has a little bit more insider knowledge to it, but we'll get to that.
I'll answer 2 questions from the chat real quick while you're pulling up the next slide. Terry, I am actually going to be in Vegas in a couple weeks, September 16th through the 22nd at the MGM Grand. If you're in town, come out and say hello. And Debbie brought up a great question. What if our Girl Scouts made their own shirts? Could you print them for them? It's funny you asked that. My wife is actually the leader of my daughter's troop, and they did that exact same thing. They had the girls create their designs. Then they came into our Fort Mitchell store, and they all got to print a shirt from the designs that they'd created and see how the process works. But yes, we do that for Girl Scouts. We can do it for birthday parties. Like we can do all kinds of fun stuff with your designs, or we can help you design them, and then you come in and watch them get printed. It's a great way to engage the kids and show them how our process works.
Yeah, I think we got to get the birthday party thing really straightened down. I think that's our Johnny's toy idea, right? We've been searching for that since 2010, if you will. What is our key to the castle, so to speak? I think that's a cool experience. I mean, even as a class field trip, hey, set up 45 minutes. You're going to come here, Cincy shirts, watch some people make some shirts, and hey, you get to make your own. I think that's a cool idea, and it would be a cool way to fill weekdays, especially. So if you're a teacher looking for a cool field trip, let's see if we can make it happen. Reach out to us. But let's get back to these here.
That design goes so hard. Look at that. I didn't even go there to want that shirt.
I went there once for Halloween, and I want it.
I've been there to visit, but I'm not a former student. That shirt. Come on.
Let me zoom in here. So this is before I put the mask around it. If you notice, the Bobcat is actually walking on the bricks in Athens, which is a big tradition at OU. Hit the bricks, I think, is what they call it, and it's got the little engraved Athens, Ohio, on the bottom of the brick there. So a nice little touch. That's with it all finished there.
Man, that looks so cool.
Yeah, I might have to grab that. I like green. I'm a green guy. Finally, the Norse.
Come on, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That makes me want to storm a village, and I'll leave the rest off.
Who wouldn't want to pillage?
That's come get your pillaging shirt that Cincy wears.
Who wouldn't want to pillage? That's so cool. I got a lot of buddies that are going to be rocking them.
Sorry, go ahead. let's see what else we got. Oh, this just got approved. Cincinnati's son, I believe, of Roger Bacon, Corey Kiner, for the Bearcats. We're starting to dive back into the NIL. Obviously, we got a little bit of a late start on it. But some more cool, just all over cool, colorful prints. I mean, we do a lot of basic. We offer a lot of basic. But this is a market I don't think a lot of people are diving into, is this kind of stuff right here. So, yeah, that's available now. I don't think it's online yet, but give me to the end of the day. I got all the collegiate stuff I just showed you, at least the last couple ones with the cool characters in this. We'll get up. So let's see. This isn't done yet, but another
style is so in right now. The '90s style.
Yeah.
Sure.
This I haven't even finished yet. I don't know why I'm showing it, but whatever. It made it be another local kid and probably, I shouldn't say probably, an NFL draft prospect. I think a lot of people are expecting him to go early if he continues the way he has the last couple of years. Luke Condra. So I'll have to finish that design out. And that's actually my fantasy football logo. That's not supposed to be in here either. So
all right,
who made it in there? I'm a spooky kitty for fantasy football this year.
Look out for the Terror Cats.
Look out for the Terror Cats. They're coming. Let me, Josh, you grab the mic and stall for 3 minutes while I catch up on the last bit of names.
All right.
Funny. You're a comedian. Tell us a joke.
Show me the next slide. I'll riff on the next slide. Do we have the next slide pulled up, or you?
The final slide, but you joined us late, so why don't you riff on our patron saint of Cincinnati, Joseph Daniel Votto?
Man, you can't expect me to get emotional while I'm on the rare TGIF episode. You guys do all the heavy lifting, then I come in and you give me something that's going to make me get all teared up. Dude, I'm a grown man, and I got emotional when I watched his video. Like, you know, Ken Griffey Jr. So, little history on me for the baseball fans out there. My favorite player growing up, my two favorite players were Will Clark, because I just loved his swing. I thought he had the sweetest swing I'd ever seen in my life, and John Franco. And that was partly because he played for the Reds, but also I throw left-handed and I bat right-handed. So whenever I would get baseball cards, I would flip over and I would look who throws left and bats right. And John Franco was the only player on the Reds that did it, but he never batted because he was a relief pitcher. So it was pointless to even have that on the back of the card. Ricky Henderson was another, Tommy John, not a lot of guys. But for those reasons, those were my guys. And then, of course, I had my favorite Reds, you know, Pete Rose and Eric Davis and Johnny Bench. And then, you know, moving into Larkin and Casey. And then Griffey Jr. came along, and that was my guy that I thought would be my guy forever. You know, I got to see him play in high school when he played against Roger Bacon down at my home high school, St. Bernard, home of the Titans. Go Titans. I saw Ken Griffey Jr. hit a ball over the fence in high school, and I was like, this dude's amazing. And when he got to Seattle, he took the spot as my favorite player, and I thought he would never be dethroned until Joseph Daniel Votto came along and became everything that I could ever want in a baseball player, from the way he played to his sense of humor, all of it, just the total package. And as a dad, it was the guy that I could point to and tell my kid, do what he does.
Right.
In your approach to the game, having fun, putting in the work to get the results, like everything about him was he instantly became my favorite player and is now probably forever going to be my favorite player. And so to see him hang it up was like it affected me a little bit.
Right.
And so
go ahead. Sorry.
No. And so, I'm going to be completely biased when I talk about the collection that we've put together over the years. When Nick was on talking about how he stopped into our stores, he had us create shirts for his family's fantasy football league. I mean, just the history that we've had with him as a company and me as a fan and my few interactions with him personally, like just it makes me sad that we're not going to keep creating new content from all his iconic moments. And my only prayer is that he continues to somehow stay in the public eye, whether it's a coach, an announcer, a professional chess player, like whatever it is. I just hope that we can find ways to just digest more Joey Votto because he is the GOAT.
I need more Roger Peckinpah for sure.
We need a Roger Peckinpah shirt.
Well,
I think
we kind of do. In the bottom there, the wrestling one. It's at least from the same reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nuts. I mean, to echo your point, I dropped off my kid yesterday at school for the first time, and then I came home and worked on the last bit of Joey Votto work. Probably I'll work on. It was an emotional morning.
Yeah. I mean, my kid, when he was in daycare and they had Dress Like a Superhero Day, he went as Joey Votto.
I remember that.
I mean, it's just like he's made an effect on my family. It's crazy to say that as a grown man talking about another grown man, but this dude's one of a kind. And I just hope that in 5 years, when the time comes, that he gets what is due to him, and we're driving up to Cooperstown to see him get in.
Well, one thing you mentioned too is that you were able to point to him, to your son, or, with your son, point to him and say, "That's how you do it." You were able to do that confidently, knowing that he's going to execute what the reputation you built up every single time. Where I wouldn't tell my kid that, hey, be exactly like this guy and expect him to perform every time, but he did. I mean, he showed even when he was being a nuisance in Chicago and whatnot. Those people love him now because they saw eventually that was just a lighter side of him that he hadn't shown yet and was just in his latter years really starting to reveal.
Yeah. I wish we'd seen it sooner, but man, in that short period of time where he really came out of his shell, like the amount of memories and moments and like things I can go back and watch over and over again and still find, like make me laugh or whatever. It's just, he's the best, the absolute best.
And it's so many dumb memories, like even just going back to Chicago, like turning on the TV 2009 to 2013 and know he was going to absolutely wreck the Chicago Cubs every time he played them. It was just a cool guarantee.
Acting like he was going to throw a ball to a fan from the other team and then just kept it and made fun of him. I mean, it's the best.
Right.
The absolute best.
Well, I think I've got all the names on here now. And I've doubled them just to make it more interesting. We'll go ahead and spin the wheel and get out of here and not bore you all day. Not bore you. It's Joey Votto's. But we'll throw it up there. I've even got our new Kool-Aid man in the background there. Not Kool-Aid. Again, sugary drink. I tried to customize this so it said, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to pick the winner," but it wouldn't let me do it. But let's spinner. Winner gets a $30 gift card for all the marbles.
Oh, yeah.
But I won't prematurely announce the winner this time.
Christian Encarnacion Strand.
Christian Encarnacion Strand has won our gift card. It's actually CES, the Stan, one of our first commenters. He's on here every week. Or she, I don't know. But yeah, send us a message, whatever platform. It looks like Twitter. Send us a message on Twitter, and we will get you hooked up with a $30 gift card. Well, Josh, I appreciate you coming in here and saving me because it is probably the most terrifying thing to talk to yourself on the internet. Unless you're a stand-up comedian, maybe. I don't know. But, as a graphic designer, it's not my strong point.
You do a great job, Kyle, and these people need to let you know in the chat how good of a job you do each week, you and Darren especially. Sam will be back before we know it. She'll be hopping in here. A big thank you to Nick Johnson for popping in and giving us a preview of the warehouse sale. Thank you to everybody who has stopped out this week. It's been unbelievable, and I think this weekend's going to be even crazier. Have fun this weekend. Got a nice little taste of the Bengals last night. The next time we see them, it's going to be real football. The weather's beautiful. Go out and do something fun in Cincinnati, and we'll be back here again next Friday.
Somebody asked on Instagram if we were working on any Orange Bengal stuff. They must have missed the beginning. But yes, check our website. It's football season. Orange is glad about it.
We got a new exciting partnership to let you all know about coming up.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, stay tuned.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Message me on Twitter, Stan, and we'll get you hooked up. See you next week. Where's my music?
T-shirts. Your dad worked at Swallens, that's so cool.
Not really.
He used to get drunk with the cool.
Rip.
You think that driving on 75 sucks? Too many orange barrels and too many trucks. If the Brent Spence Bridge is a hassle, and you still have your key from Johnny's Toy Castle. If you sing Welcome to the Jungle in your sleep and dream of the 1990s sweep.